Sylvia is a 17-year-old girl in her second year of high school. Looking at her, you can't tell that she was born with a condition that deprived her of the use of her hands until you find her in class writing using her feet. Imagine how excruciating and hard that can be. Yet Sylvia does it with all smiles. She's one of the hundreds of children who go to TEDxKigali, a school in the southern province of Rwanda that aims to give an excellent education to children with disabilities, thus allowing them to achieve a good quality of life. Well, in October 2023, at my organization, we organized a media tour to show our programs. While the primary objective was to show off what we're doing, the subtle yet powerful aim was to ignite advocacy for the community's needs. So one of the places we took the social media influencers and journalists was at TEDxKigali, where they met Sylvia and many champions that have benefited from the organization's financial and technical support. Touched by her story, they circulated the images and videos of her writing using her feet on their platforms, which set a stage for a ripple effect of change. The story and the images and the videos they shared not only moved hearts, but most importantly, inspired action. Some formerly Twitter users reached out and wanted to find out the different opportunities available for children with disabilities. A mother with a son in a similar condition also wrote to us anonymously, asking us for the contacts of the school so she could take the son there. And many others pushed for more funding into the school. Being able to show such stories and the impact they garner is because the organization chose to invest in its communications, not only to show the impact of our interventions, but inspire more meaningful action to empower communities. So our journey to TEDxKigali wasn't merely a visit, no. It was an opportunity to unveil stories like Sylvia's, full of resilience, narratives that showcase the immense potential within each individual. Now, I want you to imagine this. If I walked on this stage and stumbled and fell, and I was able to dust off and came and stood here and gave an amazing speech, what do you think people are going to write about or talk about? The fall, right? They can talk about the speech way later. Now, that story of Sylvia demonstrated the transformative power of communication, especially storytelling, bringing forth stories that would never have made it to the headlines. Steve Jobs once said, "The most powerful person is the storyteller." With that phone in hand that everyone is holding, you are the storyteller and you have the power. Whether it is that phone conversation you're having with someone, or the post that you put up on social media, or even those notes you scribble in your phone, you have the power to either tell the truth or a lie, to uplift or give out a story of gloom. Now, if I take you back to her story, the social media influencers and journalists could have written about anything, but they chose a story of zeal and to advocate for more meaningful action. So whether you're running a business or an organization pushing for social change or influencing behavioral change, or maybe managing a political campaign, storytelling ought to be your friend. No, actually, scratch that. Your best friend. Why? The 4 reasons. Number one, storytelling humanizes brands, forging connections. Compelling narratives are more powerful than the facts and figures that we all love. Storytelling inspires action, whether you want people to buy a product or a service, or to participate in your movement, or to take part in your cause. And a well-crafted story differentiates an individual, an organization, from any other, or even a person and their company. So how can you tell a story? Whether you're going to do it like I'm doing right now, verbally, or through a video, or audio, or any written material, you need to first know your audience. Number two, start with a hook. People need to feel you from the beginning, or you will lose them. And number three, never forget to practice, no matter how amazing you are. So where and when can you give a story? Whether you're trying to entertain friends, or giving a speech, or teaching a child or your colleague, or even if you're giving your manifesto for our fellow politicians, you can tell a story. So I want to wind up with Michael Margolis's quote. If you want to change the world, change your story. Without phone in hand, you can display or show that subject with dignity, responsibly. So let us go out there, invest, inspire, and impact through the stories we tell and the messages we share. Thank you very much.